who will present Tableau for us is Mr. Terrell. Mr. Terrell is JS's second vice president, and I will ask him to please move the slide to the next one now, where we could see the introduction of Mr. Terrell. Patrico, as is known, that is his first name, is currently an epidemiologist at the Schenectady County Public Health Services and an epidemiology doctoral student at the University at Albany State, University of New York, United States. He obtained his master's in public health with a concentration in epidemiology and biostatistics at Monroe College. His bachelor's in applied statistics at the University of Technology, Jamaica. Please, let us all welcome Mr. Patrico Terrell to walk us through what is Tableau. Mr. Patrico Terrell, over to you. You can pull down this and start with your presentation. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ishmael, and good evening to everyone who joined the call this evening. I'm trying to figure out how to hide this menu bar. This is, oh yeah, hide floating meeting control. Okay. Check it next. So today I'm just gonna go through an introduction to Tableau. I'm gonna give you an idea of the different type of products that Tableau offers, and I'm gonna go through a practical example of using Tableau in day-to-day work or using it for business intelligence. So Tableau is a American software company based in the US, and it generates data visualization with a focus on business intelligence. The company was founded between 1997 and 2002 at the Stanford University. So Tableau have many different products that you can use. The way I think about it is you have the physical desktop version and you have the cloud version, the online version. So you have the Tableau desktop, Tableau server, Tableau online, Tableau reader, the Tableau public. I don't use all of the products. I mainly use the Tableau desktop, which is the desktop version, and Tableau online. This is where I publish my work, and I also publish my work at Tableau public. So I'm just going to go through a few of them and give you an idea of what they are. So Tableau Desktop, one I use the most, is the data visualization application that facilitates basically the visualization of structured data, and you can use it to generate highly interactive and beautiful graphs and dashboards and reports like within minutes. So it's very easy to use. It's easy to install. And currently on my laptop, I have a free version, a 12-month. So as a student, you're able to sign up and get like a 12-month period. So you can use it to practice and get familiarized yourself with it. So with Tableau Desktop, you can easily connect to many different data sources like spreadsheet and spatial data, text file and different type of file, shape files and so forth. I mainly connect to like Excel sheet and like shape files when I want to do like visualization in terms of geolocation and so forth. Then you have the Tableau server. Tableau server is a business intelligence application that offers browser-based analytics. Anyone can use it. It's very fast. It's a alternative to the traditional BI software that we're used to, like Microsoft Excel BI. And it's an online solution meant for sharing and distributing and collaborating on content created in Tableau. Tableau Online is also similar, is a secure cloud-based solution used for sharing and distributing and collaborating on Tableau's views and Tableau dashboard. So how I use Tableau Online is, say I create a dashboard for my company. I publish that to Tableau Online, and that can share within the department. So that is not shared to the public. It's a secure cloud-based solution. And for instance, you can I set up, when I publish my dashboard on Tableau Online, I can set up email features. So for instance, when I update my dashboard, I can have the management team, or I can have these stakeholders get updated report, say every Monday, and the Tableau system will just send that email in a PDF version or a PowerPoint, depends on what option you want or what type of dissemination method you're using. And that allow me to not necessarily trying to copy and email everybody every Monday. It's just automatically like does that as soon as I update my dashboard. And I use this system to kind of store all of my dashboards and to schedule out email reports. Tableau Public is the online version that is like anybody can see this, so it's outside of the company. So for instance, when I create a dashboard that is just to inform the community, whether I'm looking at public health related data, or well, in most cases I'm looking at public health related data. For instance, I'm looking at tick-borne illness in the county, or I'm looking at COVID statistics, and I can share that with the general public so they can stay up to date. So Tableau Public is a free software to facilitate anyone to connect spreadsheet and create interactive visualization. So you can log on and create a free account and start doing your visualization. So with Tableau Public, of course, you can construct amazing interactive and visualization. And the good thing about it is that you don't have to have any IT knowledge. You don't have to have any coding knowledge. So this is a really good alternative if you want to summarize the data quickly and get an understanding of what's happening. So as I mentioned, the features of Tableau, it's very easy to use. Even if you're not familiarized with any programming language, it's simple to just drag and drop, as I'm going to show you soon. And this is made possible by the VizQL, visual query language. So Tableau takes care of all of that underlying complication, so that when you drag a variable and drop it in the panel, it automatically does the visualization and calculation, everything for you. So today I'm gonna go through some example of importing an Excel sheet, looking at your variables, examining different features in Tableau. We're gonna use a sales spreadsheet to map profit across different states in the US. We might also look at profit based on the category of goods sold, subcategories. We're gonna look at how to create, do a calculated variable, how to create a variable in a sense. And then we look at how we create a dashboard with these graphs, and we put it together and make it interactive, and then we're gonna publish it to Tableau Public. And I'm also gonna share with you an example of a dashboard I've built in the past. So let me just go to, let me just stop sharing right here. And go to, okay, find it. I'm just gonna share my entire screen. Okay, so I'm gonna go to Tableau. So you open Tableau like any other application. It should be coming up. Yeah, it's loading. All right. Can everybody see my Tableau screen?
Yes, yes, yes.
Good. So this is what you see when you open Tableau. If I have a recently used workbook, it will show here as recently open. You can just click it. You have different. Let me hide this. You have different sample workbook that you can check out, and you have different training videos that Tableau provides. So if you look to the left right here, you can see the different data type that you can connect to. So you can connect to a Microsoft Excel file, text file, JSON file, Microsoft Access, PDF, spatial, statistical file, and many more. But today we're just,
Excuse me, I just want to interject. Can it connect with SPSS or it can't?
I believe so, because you can see statistical file. So like I've never used it in that way before, but I believe it definitely can. And even if a particular file doesn't connect like directly, there's like methods you can use to kind of just put in that version to connect. Yes, so we're going to connect to an Excel file by just simply clicking Microsoft Excel. It's going to bring me to my download file, and I'm going to use this sample store data. So you click it, open, it's going to load up. So when it loads, it's going to bring you to the data source tab. The data source tab give you information on the data you just imported. So as you can see, we have a live connection, and I'm not going to go into details, but live connection just mean if you update the data, if you update the spreadsheet, like the spreadsheet is saved in the next folder, and you update it, when you go on to Tableau, the Tableau will update, have a live connection. If it's extra, then when you come on, you have to click refresh to kind of refresh and get the updated spreadsheet that you initially connected to. So this is a sheet. You can see the different variables. If you scroll across, you can see that we have, row ID, order number, order date, ship date, customer name, segment, country, city, state, and so forth. Each of these variables, Tableau read them and kind of assign them like a attribute or characteristic. So you can see this number sign here indicating that the variable is numeric. The ABC is kind of indicating that it's a dimension. This little calendar thing indicating that it's a date. And if you go over, you will see this little globe thing that indicating that it's location data. So it's the United States, the city, zip code, and so forth. Numerical data as well, sales and quantity order. If you look to the left, you can see the sheet. So you could have imported the Excel sheet, the Excel file that have like multiple sheets. You would see the different sheets right here. So this is just a one sheet. You can click and kind of get a preview of it as well. All right. And close that. What else on this page? You can, as a refresh, I can refresh my data source as well this way. I can also connect data source, right? This add file. So if you click add, it's gonna ask you which file you want to add to this file. But we're not gonna do that today. But you can use it to basically, what if we had a shaped file? We can use it to connect that shape, that special file to try and do some additional mapping. Maybe we have some other customer information and we can just connect and link them by customer ID as well. So we can do that. All right. Now we're gonna go to sheet 1 where we're gonna attempt to do some visualization. And this is where you see the power of Tableau. So as you can see, the different over here to the extreme left, we can see the different variables that we saw with their different attributes. So first we said we wanted to map profit by state. You can simply drag the variables to this pane right here, this window, and Tableau will just do some stuff with it. So for instance, let's look at the different states, right? This is a state variable. I'm gonna drag state, drop in the pane. You can see Tableau automatically create a map for us. We can see in the United States, we have Kansas, Colorado, New Mexico, and so forth. Let me move this. When you drag and drop the variable in a different pane, you can, Tableau give you an option of which graph, and they recommend the graph that you can use with this type of data. So at the moment, it's giving us the different states as points, but what if we want to look at it in a different way? We can click the other option, and you see it give us a nicer look. So now we can see the states. There's New York, where I'm at right now. Now we're gonna look at profit. You scroll down to the bottom here, you see profit as a number. We can drag and drop profit on the pane as well. We can also put it in this little window right here, this little mark. We call it mark. And what if we want to look at profit based on color or size, right? If you drop it at color, it's automatically going to change the color of the chart. And it gives you a little legend over here. So you can see that as we move from, I'm a little colorblind, orange, don't quote me on that color, orange towards blue. The darker blue would be more, would indicate more profit. This is kind of to the orange side indicate more of a loss. So if you look, California, based on the data, would have one of the highest profit of 76,000. So you already see that Tableau already start give you some insight just by dragging and dropping in the window. What if you want to kind of edit the colors? Let's say we want, I don't know, maybe red would be red towards green or something like that. You see that you can kind of change the colors as well. So darker green would indicate profit. So we just basically look at profit across each state. We're just keeping it simple. And we're gonna name this sheet. We can name it just like an Excel sheet. Let's call it profit by state. All right. Let's create another sheet. Let's look at what I mentioned. Profit by, sorry, wrong thing. Let me delete this. Not yet. Create another sheet. Let's look at profit by category. So product category, we drag and drop product category there. We can see that we have this company selling furniture, office supplies, and technology. I want to look at profit in terms of each of these. So you can put it like you can drop it in different areas. As you use Tableau, you like just get used to like where to drop it. Like I could drag and drop it right here, and it would provide me with the profit based on category. If I undo, I could have put it in the column tab here. And another thing, based on where you put it, Tableau would just create dynamic visualization and to like give you the most suitable visualization, whether it be a bar chart or a pie chart. So when I put profit in the column, it automatically just give me a bar chart. So what if you kind of want to drill down a bit? So this show you the different things where you can do with Tableau now as an analyst. Say for instance, you're in sales, you want to kind of get a more refined understanding of what's happening based on categories. So we can drag subcategories and say, let's break this down some more and see what's happening. So we can see that for furniture, there, furniture is experiencing loss when in terms of the tables and bookcase. We can, to make this like get a quicker understanding of what's happening, we can change the colors. So we can say show us profit in terms of like the colors. So we can drag that and put it on the color, or we can see that those are that like that are in like negative or so, they just code them as orange, and when you go towards the darker blue, it should indicate more for profit. So here we're looking at profit by category, right? Let's create, I keep clicking the wrong thing. Let's create another sheet. Another thing too with Tableau, you can easily explore your data by just dragging and dropping, taking off variables really quick to even look for like, missing variable or missing values, or misspelled values that you might want to combine together. All right, what if we want to, let's clear the sheet. So we have a new sheet, sheet 3. We can clear it by clicking this icon up top. And of course, you can always explore the different options over time. What if we want to understand, because we already seen that tables, for instance, like making like a lot of loss. So what if we want to understand like what's the cost to probably produce these tables? Cost is not there, but maybe we can calculate cost by subtracting profit minus cost or something like that. So we can create a calculated field. You can click this little arrow, create calculated field, and you can get this option many different ways. But you can create calculated fields to give you like majority of what you want. So I click create and say cost. In this little white space, you can write formulas. If you click this button to the right, it kind of give you an overview of the different formulas. All right. So for this, we're gonna say profit. When you type the variable, if it's there, it's gonna show up profit minus sales. When you finish your formula, Tableau will tell you this calculation is valid or not. So what if I say plus order ID or order date? It's gonna say incorrect because that doesn't make any sense. It's like can't add the float and other date variables. And over time you will understand like what these different terms mean. But for now, we're keeping it simple. So profit minus sales. So remember, cost wasn't in the table all along, so we just created it. If we go back to the data source, we should see cost. So here's cost, show up as a calculation. If we put cost, hold on, let me see. For some reason, I feel like cost should be, I can edit the calculation if I feel like something is off. But should cost be sales minus profit? I don't know. I think. Yeah, I think so. So you can always edit the calculation if you feel like something is off. So so on this, I add one more variable basically. So now you can see furniture, the cost, which is around 224,000. That's why it's not making a profit, because of this high cost. So as like business intelligence officer, data analyst, managers, you can dig deep into the data very easily. And the tooltip kind of give you the, you know, that additional information when you over the each bar. Okay. That's one other thing we can check out. What if we look at order over time? So we can look at a trend graph. So look at order date. Just gonna drag and drop it on the pane. As you can see, give it a different the years. So this data run from 2014, 2017. And wanna look at the quantity of orders over time. All right, quantity of orders over time. So we're gonna put that in the column. Kind of give me some weird stuff, and you can kind of move it around to see like what's the best option. And then if something come out weird, you can always click the show me to select, all right, what is the best graph to use? And you see what you can select, where you will be able to, it would come up as a little brighter, because as you see these maps, they're like faded in the background, so you can't select them because it's not that data type. So if you select the trend graph, it should easily map quantity of orders over time by year. You can always change this to the month or quarter by just clicking here. You can change it. So I just click this little arrow on the variable, and you say, all right, it's actually shown here. You can say, show me by quarter. You can say 2014 quarter 2. You can say, show me by month. You can see November 2014, we have 1,200 orders, and we can look at this trend over time. Somebody asking a question or no? So if like just moving your mouse over the line, you can see that you have this little tooltip, right? Kind of telling us that it's the month of order date and quantity. But if you wanted to make it look a little bit more friendly, like what is month of order date? You know, you can probably just change it to month. So you can click this little tooltip, and you can customize like what the tooltip says. Just gonna call it month. Click OK, you see changes. So you can use the tooltip function to do a lot of stuff. I can say I want to see the data labels. This is a little ugly, so we're not going to show it. Probably we can show the data label probably can show it here. Mark label, always show or something. We can show that quantity order at the end. Always show. No, it's not showing. Always show. Okay. So probably we can look at it like that. And you can customize it like the way you want it. This is another way you can actually select the type of graph as well. So what we look at just now is order, quantity order over time, quantity order over time. So we have profit by state, profit category and subcategory, order quantity over time. There's one more thing we can do. So when I'm creating my visualization, I kind of think of like the end product. So I would have come into like into Tableau having an idea of like what I want at the end based on what like feedback I get from different meetings and so forth. So that would kind of determine the different graphs that I create and then eventually put in my dashboard. So what if like they had said that they want some the overall numbers at the top, and they want, you know, this like a map to the left or whatever, then that would kind of influence the type of design. So now we have 3 different sheets. We can then create a dashboard. So these are individual sheets. Combining them together, we can create a dashboard. So if you look down on the bottom here, you see this, a new worksheet, a new dashboard, a new story. We're not gonna get into story, but story similar to dashboard, but it as I said, it more of telling a story. So you know, it have definitely more things than the dashboard. So if I click the dashboard, this is what you're gonna see. I'm gonna call this JSS sales dashboard. To your left, you will see the different sheets that were created. I'm gonna delete sheet 4. You can see different sheets that were created. You can see like the size, if you want to increase the size of the dashboard or the height or the width. Yeah, these are different objects that you can use on the dashboard. And like creating a dashboard, you're gonna take some time to get used to it, like an how you add, you know, or you utilize text, navigation bar, and all of those stuff. So I'm gonna use some vertical panes. I'm gonna drag and drop here, or you can start from this. You start with your sheets, right? I'm gonna drag and drop profit by state on the dashboard, so it automatically just populate, and we can see that the what we had on the individual sheet is now on this dashboard. But we can also now drag and drop, say, profit like category. We can look at quantity harder, and you can kind of decide if you want it to the left or to the right. You just it's a matter of just moving it around. Like you can move it to put it there, here, or just leave it here. I'm gonna so what I'm doing, I'm dragging the sheets as tile meaning they are like fixed. But what if I want them to float around? Like I didn't want them to like just stick one place. I want to be able to like move them around easier. I don't know if that's a correct explanation, but let me clear the dashboard. So we are using tile but what if we switch to floating? The sheets will come in like this. Like instead of taking up the entire view, we can drag them and put them like this. And then you'd have to kind of sort and move them around. But I prefer, in most cases, to use the tile. It's much easier to deal with. So I'm going to switch back to tile. And I'm going to bring in again state, category, quantity, order. All right. Sometimes I'll make this float. So for instance, I'm going to change this to float. I'm going to delete this space, so we can just click this arrow button. And probably I could put this on the map itself, like something like that. You can always edit and move around and so forth. I can probably drag this down a little bit, put this over a little bit. And to make this a little bit more beautiful, I'm gonna take off cost. Take off cost. I don't bother one cost on it. drag and drop it off. I'm gonna put back this color that we had. Profit color. Sorry. All right. Go back to my dashboard. So basically, already we're seeing something like a dashboard where that we can communicate to our colleagues and stakeholders about what's happening, sales, whether it be regionally, statewide, or whatever, and which category or subcategory contributing the most to our sales. Looking at order over time as well. We could give this dashboard a title by using text. So you see here you have text, image, web page, the different things you can actually drag and put into Tableau. So I'm going to create a text. This is JSS sales dashboard. Probably want to give it like a blue. I probably can center it. So JSS sales dashboard. We can, as I told you before, we can change the size of the dashboard. So probably we want to increase the height and the width. And with the dashboard, you're gonna take a lot of time just fixing it and editing it.
Could I ask you, please, what is the Ask Data tab about?
I don't remember using it, but we can see. Let's see. If I drag it in, what it's gonna say? It's gonna ask. Oh, I have to be connected to the server first to be cost server. I've never used Ask Data before. I never had any use to it. We can always research it, but I don't use it. Can use the navigation button. Like at the end, I'm going to show you a dashboard that I create using the navigation button. But for now, this is just a simple sales dashboard looking at profit by state, profit by category, quantity, order over time. Any questions so far? Any other questions so far?
Patrico, just a
Yes.
question. So we have all this information and graphics. If I need to now put it into a document to, transport that into a document so I can do a report, can I just, or can I write onto my
Yeah, you
dashboard?
Yeah, you can use the text option. You can use, when you understand the story, you can literally do a whole report in Tableau.
Oh, so you could use the story part of it to write
Yeah.
to the report. Okay, gotcha.
We're gonna publish this. There's another stuff I wanted to show. So yeah, so we have the dashboard now, but we want to make it interactive, right? Because a dashboard is much more on the graphs. It's something that you can toggle around with. So what if let's filter by state? Meaning when I click on state, I want to see the profit based on the category and subcategory. And I also want to see the orders over time for that state. So we can click on this. What do I call it? Click on this sheet. And you can see this little funnel thing that I use as a filter. If I click that filter thing and I say, let's filter by California, you see it automatically changes over here. Profit by category. And it automatically changes quantity over time as well. So if I look at, let me click this little presentation button. If I look at New York, you can see that the quantity order over time changes as well as the profit. So that's a nice little feature. I can just press escape. We can also, we can do much more stuff. Like we can create click filters where you can basically probably over the below the title you can click. All right, just show me like a drop down menu. Show me New York or show me whatever whatever the different variable or indicator you want to drill down on. You can use filters to kind of go more deeper. We can also then share this to. I'm gonna share this to Tableau public. So you remember in the PowerPoint I mentioned Tableau desktop. So this is the desktop version. We mentioned Tableau public, which is like the public version. You can publish your dashboard and then anybody can see it. Tableau server. I'm not going to sign into that because we have to have license. So with Tableau, you have to get different licenses. So for the free version, you can download the desktop or you can use Tableau public. So I'm going to share this to Tableau public. So I click server. Scroll on the Tableau public. I'm going to say save to Tableau public. Let's see. I remember what's my password. Okay, I get it. Oh no. Oh, it said an error occurring. What item to save? Data abstract order. Okay, so it's telling me to save the data as an extract. We can do this by. I just need to remove this out of the way. I'd floated. We can do this by if I go back to the sheet, saying that I should save this as an extract. So I can just click on it. If you ever get this error, right click, extract data. Just extract everything. Want me to save it somewhere? All right, save here. And then I should go back. I'm gonna try publish it again. Server. Save the Tableau public. I'm gonna just call this JSS sample dashboard. It's gonna save to
So
Tableau.
Patrico, when
Yes.
we make it public, is it that anyone can view or can you restrict it to who you want to
So
view?
anyone can view it. So I'm gonna show you now. Anyone can view it, but you can have some restrictions. So this is a dashboard now.
Okay.
If you get this link, you can see this dashboard. You can go or you can play around. You can click and you can see. Okay, this is zooming out. You can see. You can see what other person has done. So you can go to this, you can play around, you see the orders over time, you can see how many people view it and all of that. You can limit some things like you can say, all right, don't show it to anyone. So you can turn it off from the public and you can share a specific link though. So turn off, this will be hidden. Allow access, let others download a copy. So you can say, no, you don't want anybody to download a copy. Show sheets, you don't want to show the sheets, you only want to show the dashboard itself. Because remember, we had sheets and then we have dashboard. And this will be on your profile. So if I click my profile, it should be there as a viz or whatever they call it. And you see my name is created by me. And it's pretty cool. Oh, I have 3 views already. Is it me or somebody else view? So let me show you an example of a dashboard. Oh, I have it here. This is an example of a dashboard I built. And this is during COVID to show, if I click positivity data, to show, COVID numbers over time in Schenectady County, active cases, cumulative cases, 7-day average over time. So you can do much more. if you realize in January we had that peak where we have like 400 cases, we're averaging like 400 cases a day. Going down, it's it was rising the other day because of the Omicron variant, and now we're finally seeing it kind of go down back. We can also see the number of cases by zip code. So we see the highest set of cases are dark blue, 1, 2, 3, 6 zip code and so forth. You can also see a breakdown of the cases and the percentage of that age population that were tested positive. So we see that the highest percentage was in like the 20 to 29 age group. 35% of the population within that county tested positive, and we can see a breakdown by gender and race as well. Remember, I was telling you about the different button that you can put on the dashboard. So this is like a navigation button. So I'm looking at the positivity now. If we look at death and hospitalization, well, we had 198 deaths. I think it's more than that. Definitely, we have like 1,600 total hospitalization. 200 people end up in ICU. So I kind of give this big overall number at the top, and then I give a trend for hospitalization as well. A breakdown by age group and gender and so forth, hospitalization, location as well. And I ask, you see, I have like a data disclaimer here where I just put a text field there. Also, something cool that you can also do is like an information icon. So I include the information icon, and I think I did it for vaccination as well. So we have over 100,000 people vaccinated or at least completed their primary series. I have 74% of the population that receive whether a Johnson & Johnson or they receive 2 doses of Moderna. We have around 7,000 people who only had like one dose, and I kind of give information as to what I'm trying to what this value mean here. Yeah, and I kind of provide the source. I get this information from New York State immunization stuff. Give you an idea of what this graph is saying as well. So yeah, you can do some cool stuff. So this dashboard is public because the public views it, and we use it to kind of inform them as well. But I have dashboard that is on Tableau Online now that I share between departments. So what if the department, you have the lead team, we're looking at lead in children, and I kind of map that in the county to show them like probably which area are the different houses that are most likely to have lead in them, and looking at mapping the houses that have been cleared over time and all of that. So that information would be shared to the public now. That would just kind of be internally for planning purposes. This data was very clean and just already ready for visualization because of sample data. But sometimes, of course, you have to do some data cleaning on your Excel. So you might have to go into Excel and do some spreadsheet cleaning and fixing up the different variables, or you might bring it to Tableau and do some of your fixes in there. For me, my workflow is I do my data cleaning in R, clean up what I can clean up, and then in Tableau, basically, when I'm creating new variables or I'm trying to answer a specific question. And so, in summary, the software is very easy to use, very user-friendly. There are times when there are some complicated questions that Tableau can't answer, or I just can't find the answer for it, and it's very difficult. Like today, I spent the entire day just trying to figure out. After I connected 2 shape files together, like how do I then put individual data points and then do some calculation, which I still haven't figured out. So there are some stuff that is a little more difficult, and there's some stuff that is very straightforward in Excel, but it might require 2 or 3 additional steps in Tableau. But overall, I think the trade-off makes sense and is good for novice analysts who just want to streamline their workflow. And of course, there's just many other stuff in Tableau that we can show and talk about, but we'll just leave it at that for now. So basically what we did in recap, we imported an Excel file. We examined the different variables, variable types. So you will see that, you know, if it's a blue color, it's more like a dimension or a categorical type of text variable. You know, when you see the number sign, it's more of numeric. I think that usually have like a green color. Then you have the globe sign that indicates is a location type of data. By simple drag and dropping those variables into the pane, Tableau automatically start to visualize it and give you like recommendation of the graph you can use. You can create new variables using different calculations. You know, by just simply clicking the create, you can also, like, for instance, if I wanted to group, I could write statements like if profit greater than 1,000, then do something, then yes. I'm gonna put yes in quote and over time you will figure out the different syntax, and of course Tableau will tell you if something is wrong. And you can do different you know, calculation. Then after you create your different graphs or tables in individual sheets, you can combine them together on a dashboard, make it look pretty, make it look interactive, put in different information, and you can publish it. And you can download this. I could download this as a PDF or PowerPoint. If I download as a PDF, I don't know if it's gonna come out weird, but yeah, you can download as a PDF. You can share it across different teams and so forth. And you can just continue learning. Tableau have a really good community. You can always, you know, just like any other software product like R or those stuff, you have a community you can always search online when you're stuck. And that's my presentation. Any question, comments? Do you all like Tableau? Talk to me now.
Yeah, Patricia, it looks very interesting and easy to use. I just wondered if some of the statements, like you said, some of the questions that are difficult to answer, it's a limitation of the freeware versus the things that you have to go to.
No, the freeware, I think you get all of the capabilities that you would want. I think what the pay, of course, the free software expire at some point. That's one thing, but also is people pay for like the security, you know, like being able to do things and not share to the public and, you know, secure your data, like the server, Tableau Server Tableau Online. But with the free desktop, you can do everything that a usual user could do, like a paid user.
Really, that's good.
Yeah,
That's
it's
great.
good. You know, and it's, I guess one limitation would be, of course, you're not gonna try and like carry out statistical tests in Tableau.
Why not?
And so forth. As in, I've never used it. I've never really seen it used in that way to say, is this significant? Have a significant p-value? No. But you can look at multiple different variables and show trends, you know, descriptives and all of that. But,
all right.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. My hand is up, and I didn't realize that the mic was open, and I said, oh, why not? And you responded. So let me just interject. I think this is a great presentation. I'm looking forward to session 2. I don't think that this is enough justice. I was interested from the other day when you mentioned about Tableau, and I was listening to a few video reviews on Tableau, and I know you can do data analysis like beyond the univariate presentations that we have here. We can actually go to bivariate and even what they would say multivariate data analysis using Tableau. I did not know that the paid version and the free version is the same. So I'm really looking forward to jump into on that. But what I wanted to know, right? Suppose you have the map, as if you have the map now, and you wanted to drop from the map something like vaccination points on the map. And even though you showed us, you didn't show us how you got the 3 tabs on the, so I wanted to see the tabs creation, and if you were to drop something like vaccination points on a map, how would you go about that? I mean, is it that you can join 2 external data sources into one? Like if you were supposed to pick one from an Excel sheet, one from SPSS to create a dashboard.
Yeah, you can join the different data together from different external sources. But when you say drop vaccination, what are you referring to? What specifically?
I really like your dashboard for work, but I noticed that you didn't show us how to create the different tabs. So you have different tabs.
Oh, the navigation.
Right.
Oh, okay. So like there are many different ways to do that. So I'm gonna hide this. Hide the floating tab. So let's create a copy of this. Duplicate dashboard tool. And let's say we take this off. Just have the map. We can put a navigation and say so navigation bar here.
Oh.
Yeah, you just drag it just like that as well. And you can double click it, or you can click edit. Or you say you want to navigate to, so I'm gonna navigate to the next sales dashboard. And I'm gonna call this just profit by category. Just give it a color or whatever. Apply. So you see profit by category. Kind of a bit ugly right now, but just that's a general idea. So if you have it here now, you can click and it will go to, you see, take it to that next page or that next dashboard. Of course, I would have to have something on this page to bring me back to home, but you get the general idea.
So how did you create the 3-1? Create one more navigation bar, please.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna put I'm gonna create 3 and duplicate of this. Just to make sure you see what's happening. If I remove this. All right, so can do 2. I just simple drag and put it beside it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You can always kind of just make it look a bit more pretty by just like manipulating and playing around with it. Like if I probably want just smaller boxes close by or a little box right there, I can do some adjustment and just make it work. So if I want to navigate to 3 or something like that, it would allow me to do that. So if I click, you see it will bring me to the product page and so forth. Yeah. Any more questions?
Thank you so much, Mr. Presenter. We are out of time.
Yes.
So can we ask you to put in the chat your email address for those who may choose to further engage you to know more, pending the time that you will be able to come back and do more presentation on Tableau.
Sure.
Okay, we will ask Dr. Shelley McFarlane to please give a vote of thanks to Mr. Patrick O'Tyrrell. Dr. Shelley?
Okay, thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. And Patrico, thank you so much for a really interesting presentation. I learned, and I'm sure the others who are on the call also learned a lot about Tableau. This is new to me, but it's really looks really cool and easy to use, and something that as persons who deal with data, we can always utilize in everything that we're doing. So I just want to thank you for taking the time out and looking forward to the next phase of Tableau. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. Your certificate is in the email. We will work on it to let you have your certificate as a presenter, because ideally you should see it online, but as you're aware, we were running behind late in starting. So hopefully you will have it.
Yeah.
Guests and members of the GSS, this is one of the series that we want to use to engage everyone. As an organization, we need to continue to increase the knowledge of our members, general public, statistical tools, data analysis tools, and the general innovation that is happening. There are more to come, because Patrick will have a lot of ideas that will make everyone to become equipped with data analysis and so on. So we will let you know when we are ready for the next series. We want you to be fully engaged. As an organization, we will continue to strive for the best. We really apologize for the inconvenience with regards to the Zoom link. We will improve in the next series. There will be no issues. Everything will go smoothly as planned. So we are going to terminate this meeting now. We will inform you of other things to come. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, and bye, everyone. Take care.
Thanks, everyone. Spread the word.
Bye, Liz.